guys, and welcome back. Lovely to be here again. I feel blessed to be this side of the camera and spewing out some new content for you guys, whether you're interested or not. But it's just nice to be back. And I just kind of wanted to share with you today a couple of new products, or a couple of new perfumes that I did receive, and a comparison video of two vintage perfumes that I have been dying to get my hands on for some time. Now, I know a lot of you who follow me on Instagram know already, because I did post my first impressions on Instagram, and so a lot of you kind of have the heads up as to what's going on. And also I have another little extra to throw in there as well, that I've been really enjoying. So if you're interested in seeing these vintage perfumes that I adore, and I'm thrilled to be able to add this other one into my collection, and you're saying, Frances, shut up and get on with it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Keep watching. So as you already know, I already have a vintage bottle of Insolence by Guerlain, and this is halfway down. It's pretty much halfway down. I love this fragrance. I picked it up a couple of years ago on the recommendation of Smurfy while we were in lockdown, and of course she had me when she said smells like Parma violets, and those are a candy that we used to eat as children. Now, I love this, but I always wondered, I heard so many of you girls talking about the EDT, and I was gonna buy the EDT B bottle, but I really wasn't sure if it was reformulated. One person says, yes, it's been reformulated since it went from this into the B bottle. Other people say it hasn't. I was watching a video the other night of someone that I've been following for many years. His name is, and it's just kind of floating around in my head, I think it's Ouch. Is it Ouch? Something Ouch. And he's been around for a long time. I'm not sure if he's putting out any new content at the moment, but he loves this fragrance. So I'm going to also link his channel down below, or his video down below, so you can go and have a look at him. If you don't already follow him, he's brilliant. He's from out of the UK, I believe, and he just loves, this fragrance. So I was talking to my friend Clare Smith the other day, and I was talking to her about, I'd like to try the EDT, and she kind of wants to compare them as well, so maybe that'll happen for you sometime soon, where you can compare maybe the ED, she's got the B bottle, so maybe you can compare the EDP in the B bottle to the EDP in the spaceship bottle. But anyway, today I'm going to be debuting this beautiful vintage perfume. This was packaged, this was sealed. I picked it up at a great deal. It was under $100, which is unheard of, as you well know. This, I looked it up, I looked the batch number up, and it's 8 years and 2 months and 5 days since this was formulated. And this one, I believe, is 6 years and a couple of months. Now, there are two like this. There's a deep purple one in the EDP, which my friend Ouch was talking about. And I think, now he said he believes that the deep purple one like this was the very, very first formulation of Insolence by Guerlain, and then this one came out whatever, how many years ago, but this one's 6 years old. And this one then was introduced, which is much clearer, but the juice is the same. It was not reformulated from the purple bottle to this bottle, is what I understand. So, you know, take that with a pinch of salt. But that's, I've been doing a little bit of research in the last week since I did get this. And so, yeah, so there was another bee bottle before this, and it was purple. I also looked up the notes on both of them. Very, very confusing. Fragrantica is wrong. Big surprise there. Sorry, Fragrantica, but you get it wrong like at least 50% of the time. I like, how can one get it that wrong? So I went further searching on the internet, and this is what I found. So let's spray both of these and then get into the notes. So we'll start with my, and I have no perfume on today. I am going to take my watch off so I can get a good spray at this arm and then a good spray at this arm. So this is my EDP. Okay. And this one's gorgeous. It's got the lid. Still looking for that purple lid, guys. If you find one, please let me know. And this is the EDT. So right off the very top, this one is more violet. This one opens with a burst of raspberries and berries, like those wild red, or not red, like kind of like a pinky orangey berry that are kind of sour. And you can smell raspberry in this. Now, it doesn't say raspberry on Fragrantica, but I looked further into it, and and I can smell it. My nose is telling me there's raspberry in this because there is a great smell of raspberry in the opening of Haute Couture, and that's what that smells like. Like, they're not the same. Like, they're not anything at all alike, but I get that dusty smell from the Haute Couture, that dusty raspberry smell from this. And this is much more fruity. I'm going to link all the notes for you as well, but this is what I'm telling you what the differences are, and this one it's got a lot more depth to it. This one is way fresher. It also, as it goes down into like the middle notes, this one becomes very dusty, sugared, powdery. So this one, the EDT, as a versus to the EDP, which is also very magical and very fluffy and very uplifting and just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. This one gives me more of a fairy dust than the EDP. You know, like, this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. And those berries and raspberries are to die for. So, let me just give you the notes. I'll be right back. The EDP opens with red berries, but there are no raspberries in it. Then it goes into violets. You get the violets right away, actually. Like, the violets come out, they're not just in the middle notes, they come right out very at the top along with the fruit. And then there's iris, African orange blossom, and then the base notes are tonka bean, sandalwood, and woodsy notes, it says. Woodsy notes, not woody notes. Woodsy notes. And then we have the EDT. I'm paranoid about spraying this in my eyes because it really hurt the other day when I did that. I can't find the hole. Maybe if I put my glasses on, I'm too vain. Okay. So right off the bat, you get bergamot, raspberries, red berries, and lemon in this one. So it is definitely a fresher opening. Then it goes down into orange blossom, rose, and violet. whereas the other one had iris and violet. This one has rose in it. I'm not. Like, I'm not. I'm not. Am I smelling rose? You know what? There is a very soft rose in here. There really is. I'm just going to do that again. Spray that again. But guys, it's a close call. You know, I mean, if you have one of these, you probably don't need the other one. I forgot to tell you what was in the dry down of this. It is resins. Okay, there is iris in the bottom. There's iris in the bottom of this. Then there's musk, sandalwood, and tonka bean. So I think what I'm getting in the bottom note that's extremely powdery, like dusty powdery, like I mentioned in Haute Couture. I'm getting this in the dry down more than I'm getting it here. This is still a richer, has more depth to it. This is definitely a more depth. As far as longevity is concerned, they both last exactly the same length of time. I wore them all day, then I put them on at night and slept in them as well. So I got at least 8 to 9 hours during the day, and then I got a whole 8-9 hours sleep out of them. So, and it doesn't, you can spray a little bit more of the EDT, but the EDP can be a little bit too strong, too cloying if you put too much on. I think I've covered everything for those, because you know, I get behind the camera, guys, and I was talking to my little friend the other day. Her name is it Tara? Is it Tami or is it Tara? I'll link her channel down below. And she said, you know, oh, I forgot to mention the longevity of the perfume. You know, when she uploads it and she looks at it and she goes, oh, and I forgot to mention that it smells like this or that. And I go, listen, do not beat yourself up. I do that enough for everybody in this community. And, you know, you deserve to be here just like anyone else. You do deserve to be here. And you've got great support, which when I first started was a non-entity, because when I started it was not in the perfume, it was not in the fragcom, it was in handbags and makeup. And I eventually did find some amazing people, and they're still watching my channel. They don't necessarily, you know, buy a lot of perfumes. They have, though, because of me. Fingers crossed, most of them were winners. But, you know, you take your chances, because what I may love, you may not love. And, you know, everybody says that. But yeah, it's, it was a tougher gig 6 years ago than it is now, in my opinion, because that's my personal opinion, that's my personal experiences. And I find that right now here in our community we have amazing support. And that's not only from women, that's from men. I'm going to move on now and stop rambling and show you a great deal of a fragrance that I picked up. You saw it on Instagram, guys. You saw it first, those of you who follow me. And it is none other than my lovely C by Giorgio Armani. And it's a 50 ml bottle. I think the one I had before was a 50 ml bottle. Guys, I got it at Costco for the same price as this, actually a little cheaper. It was $25. So Costco sell this for, I believe they sell it for under $100. So I think they sell it for around like $79.99 or something like that. And then for whatever reason, they send them off to the B, capital B and D outlet. You go in there, it's like a factory shop. They have all the stuff that came from the Costco shops, stores, big box stores, and they send them there. And you go in once a week, you'll find all sorts of different things. You'll even find perfume. I got my watch there. I have a beautiful crystal studded watch that my husband bought me for our anniversary about 5 years ago, and he picked it up for $100. It was $260 in Costco. Beautiful watch. I'll have to wear it one day, and it's just completely covered in Swarovski crystals. He picked it up for $99.99 at Costco Outlet. So you can get great deals there from food, clothing, electronics, bed, bath, anything that Costco sells, you can get it there. Sometimes they're damaged, sometimes there's a little mark on it, sometimes someone's tried something on and there's makeup on it or something. You just take it home and wash it. So anyway, this was on for $59.99 and then another 50% off that. So I grabbed it. It was the last one. I didn't look at any of the other perfumes that were there because I wanted to put this back in my collection. And this is a Chypre fruity floral. And I'll give you the notes. Everybody knows what they are. Anywho, here we go. And actually, you know what, guys? This perfume, whoa, we're rocking here. I think, are you seasick? Are you okay? Okay, so this, let's just put the glasses on. This C by Giorgio Armani is a Chypre fruity fragrance for women. C was launched in 2013, so you know it's been around a while. The nose behind this fragrance is Christine Nagel. Top notes is cassis. Middle notes are May Rose and Freesia. Base notes are vanilla, patchouli, ambroxan, and woody notes. And my phone is ringing upstairs. I am not going up. This is a gorgeous fragrance, and it's nice for spring, but I think it's better for fall. There's something about this fragrance that really, I wore it a lot in the spring. I'm not much of a patchouli, but what I like about this is the patchouli is in between the vanilla, the patchouli, the ambroxan, and then the woody notes and the dry down. So the patchouli just lifts this fragrance up. It doesn't drag it down as the last note. And if patchouli is the last note in a fragrance, that's the last thing I'm going to smell, and that's going to annoy the heck out of me for a long time. But this does not. This does not. It's beautiful. I can spray it with gay abandon. Gabby, if you're watching, I can spray this with gay abandon. I love it as much now. And it was a man that recommended me buy this and try it as a blind buy during the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic. He said, have you tried C, the original? I haven't tried any of the others yet, but the one that Ange mentioned, I think it's in the pink bottle. She said I might like that because it's different than this, but it's a lovely fragrance, because I don't want to buy all the flankers. You know, it's not what I wouldn't normally buy flankers. Oh, and guess what? I cut my own hair. I cut my own hair. Well, I am a hairdresser. I'm a retired hairstylist. So I took probably about that much off it, because on my next video, if you look, my hair is down to about there. I went over the whole thing. I cut the bangs. And I love it, so I just saved myself some money and I can spend that on perfume. But so anyhow, yeah, this is this is added back into my collection again, and I'm really thrilled to have it. For those of you who are interested, and the lipstick I'm wearing today, it is this gorgeous cheapy but a goodie. And it is L'Oreal Color Riche Fairest Nude. And this is a dupe. Look at that. For Lancome Mirage something for a more expensive lipstick, and it's Ferris Nude. It's got a nice pinky tone to it, and I just love it. It's creamy, lasts quite, I mean, it's not supposed to last a long time, but it lasts quite nicely. And I've done a very minimalistic makeup look today. There is hardly anything on my face. I have no foundation. The only thing I have on is a concealer, a little bit of concealer, a little bit of powder, a little bit of blurring powder, and I use this palette on my eyes, which is the Tartet clay palette, and I have the this one here. So yeah, that's what I have on, and it's a very minimalistic look on my eyes. I put a little bit of spot of glimmer on here, and one other color, which is this one here. This one here. Just slightly darker than my skin tone with a little sparkle. So I very minimalistic. A little bit of brightening powder in here, and my cream blush, which I forget what it was, but yeah, this is a lovely palette, and lately I've just been using it all the time. So yeah, I got that with my points in Sephora. So yeah, that's my look for today, and I think I've covered everything. And if you have any questions, please write them down below, and I will see you all on my next video. And as I always say, don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle.